Hi everyone and welcome to the overview video of my 2025 daily organiser. It is more than just a planner. I have called it an organiser because it has every aspect that a normal planner would, but it also integrates quite an in-depth to-do list split into tasks and projects, goal setting, and multiple different notebooks. So there's lots of aspects to this, and I'm going to go over it all in quite a lot of detail on this video. So it may be a bit lengthy, but for those who are interested, you're going to get a variety of different tips and tricks that you might not just know from face value. So in terms of the overview of the video structure, I'll go over the in-depth tutorial, and then at the end there's going to be an FAQ with some questions such as compatibility with reMarkable 2, which, spoiler alert, it is, even though it doesn't use the colours. Different types, different day starts of the week, what do I do for the rest of 2024, and so on. So stay tuned, or you can fast forward to that section. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start with going through the tabs from the top to the bottom. So we're going to start on the planner. Initially, you'll notice these are different colours. They're not just coloured this way because it looks nice, but there's actually a colouring system here. We've got almost a traffic light system of red, amber, green. Red is for your goals, a chance to stop and look at your long-term vision, whether that be in your personal life or in your work. Yellow is your to-do lists, so getting ready to put the plans into action, breaking it down into smaller to-dos. And lastly, green is the opportunity to go and put your plans fully into action, place them on or assign them on different days, weeks, months, and actually get things done. So that is the pattern that we follow throughout this planner, and you'll notice that color coding also carries into the content and not just the side tabs. For those who are familiar with my other organisers, you'll notice a difference straight away that tab has broken up into multiple sub-tabs, which is a theme throughout. So we don't just have a normal to-do list or a normal planner, it's going to break up into sub-tabs, and these tabs always stay present throughout every single page of the organiser, so they're always accessible with the single click of a button. So into your planner, you will have, this is your main landing page, which I suspect you'll spend most time on. You've got your daily links to any day of any given month, so 11th of June. You've got your weekly links, so you can press any of the weeks along the side here. You've got your monthly links, so you can tap the name of any of these months, and you've got links to the quarterly pages along the side. So there's about over 400 links on this single page here, and you also have your side tabs to jump to any of your other sections. So this is a very helpful resource. You can access most pages of the planner just from this single page. So I'm going to quickly go by the different time periods that you can plan with. And I will say ahead of time, whilst you can do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, that doesn't mean you have to plan or use all these sections. I personally am a big weekly planner. I also enjoy monthly planning, and I only do my daily planning and schedule when it's needed if it's a particularly busy day. So don't feel like you have to use all these sections, although if you need to, you're more than welcome to. So this is what a daily plan looks like. It's kept very minimalist, and the focus is on your schedule. It's not broken down into AM and PM for accommodation for those who are night workers. So you're able to, perhaps you might wake up at 6 PM and have your day that way. So it's quite flexible there. Broken up into half an hour increments within each hour, and obviously your day at the top there. Here we've got a flexible note section. I've seen lots of planners that have, like water drinking trackers, the mood of the day, positivity, and I've decided to just keep it very flexible because different people have different needs. So whether you're doing a shopping list, talking about your mood for that day, or even tracking intake of water or food, you can do it all on this page. And from here, you'll notice the day of the week, the date, the month, and the week, and these are both hyperlinked as well. So you can jump to the month and you can jump to the weekly page. And this will count up, obviously, as you go throughout the days there. So that's an overview of the daily page. What I will say actually really quickly is some people say, oh, I'd love maybe the opportunity to have a journal integrated. And you don't actually sort of need that. You can do it with this template. So if you jump to March the 1st and you want to write a journal entry, all you need to do is go into your tool menu, go into this icon here, and then add a new notes page. And the amazing thing is, it creates a new blank page right next to March the 1st. And if you're writing your journal there, you can just use maybe a bit of an indicator. As an example, maybe this, what color is that? This orange highlight. See, it's highlighted the one there. That might be an indicator that you have a journal entry. So you can go into the 1st and then you just swipe and it doesn't affect any of the hyperlinks on the document, and you've got your journal page here. So you can double it up as a daily journal as well. Apologies, just exited out of the document. So just an added little feature there. So that's daily. Let's look at weekly. The weekly page, I've kept the structure because it works really well from my other daily organizer. Again, the color coding related to your goals. You've got the red here of the focus of the week, habit tracker, yellow related to your weekly to-dos broken into high and low priority, and then your planning related to the days of the week, which are dated. Then you can press on any of these and it will jump you straight into that daily page as well. And then we can again go back to the weekly page, all interlinked. This is one of my favorite cadences to plan in. The week, I find, is a great time period for me. And my days are quite similar, Monday to Friday. So I'll just put some highlights in these boxes here. And if I've got more going on a particular day, then I can use the daily schedule to keep me on track and to keep me organized. So that's your week. Let's take a look at the month. So here is the month page. I've already jotted an example there. So with the month, the squares are kind of small. You could probably write it if you've got small handwriting, but I personally just like to zoom in. And then you've got, so an example of dentist at 9 a.m. So you might put things further off in the month, or at the end of the month, you might jot down some appointments or plans you have for the month upcoming. And if this isn't enough space, then of course, you always have the option to click in and go to your daily page and complete that, or your notes here. You also have an additional note section here at the bottom of the month if there's anything in particular you'd like to highlight. Let's move on to the quarter. March is in Q1, so let's look at Q1. So the quarterly page is broken down by your month. So you've got January, February, March, dates along the side, and then you've got a little entry here. You can use it however you want. I personally like to use quarters to block out periods of time. Maybe if you've got a big project on at work that's going to be going on throughout, I don't know, this week in March, you might want to grab the highlighter, and this is a very rough example, but just highlight certain periods of time and just block it out that way. Oh, I've changed the color of that as well. So you can use the quarter however you want. You may notice the hyperlink, how it's broken down into weeks. So you can see W1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from here, you can also jump into any week you'd like. And you can recognize where the weekends lie, because obviously it's the last 2 days of the week, because this is a Monday start calendar. So I immediately know the 15th and 16th will be a weekend in February. But of course, you can just tap it and then jump into your week there. So that's sort of the main periods of time that you might want to plan within. You also have these additional tabs here. This one's called Glance. So this is 2025 at a glance. So this particular section I find useful for if you have things going on maybe towards the end of the year. You don't know what month it's going to be in, but you know generally it's happening, such as in home life, it might be a vacation or a family wedding, and you know it's going to happen around August, September. So you might want to jot that in there, and when you have a more firm date, you can then plan it in one of your monthly, weekly cadences. Or it might be that there's a particular, again, project going on at work or something big happening, but you don't know the exact date, but you can jot it in there as a good reminder for later, perhaps. And a very similar principle is followed with this tab called Looking to 2026. So the planner covers 2025, but there may be things towards the end of the year where you start getting plans towards the 2026 year, and you might want to just start jotting those down just so you're ready to transfer them across to your new planner. But again, these boxes are fairly small, so I just zoom in and add in here, maybe May, there's a project going on, or we're launching this new system at work, so you're just jotting it there, and then when the time comes to use your 2026 planner, you've already got some dates to plot into your updated planner or your new planner. So that's a whistle-stop tour through the planner tab. Let's go into the to-do list. So your to-do list now, compared to my other organisers, is broken up into tasks and projects. I personally find that I have a variety of to-dos. Some of them need breaking up into smaller tasks, and there's a lot more space required to write very different things. And then there's just the simple maybe tasks that you just need to jot down, or I need to get this, order this, speak to this person. This is where the task list comes in for those simpler tasks where it just requires a checkbox, a line, and maybe a date. The task list does come with 2 pages. So you can do it chronologically where you fill up all these, and then if you do have lots of tasks, you go on to the next page. Or you can be a bit more clever about it. And I've kept these boxes simple on purpose because you can use a white pen to scribble out the 1 and the 2, and then you can give them your own titles. So maybe your task list can be split between home and work, and you can carry that out throughout the task section. So you've now got a section of simple tasks for home, simple tasks for work, and then of course you've got the slider up here for the varied priorities. So this is high priority, and then you press it here, then it goes down to low priority. So just a summary, you have 2 task list pages for high priority and 2 task list pages for low priority, if I can get it out. So most people will probably just need the single page of high and the single page of low, but you've got 2, and it's flexible there if you want different lists or if you do have a lot of tasks. And for those bigger to-dos that you've got, we have the new project section. So this is making use of the to-do system that I've used in my previous daily organizer, where you input the project, you can at an instant glance track the progress of it, so you can see if it started, it's still in progress, or actually there's something blocking it. You've got 10 progress bars here that you can shade in, a deadline section. You can break your project up into 3 smaller sections. And actually some of the feedback was that sometimes people just need a notes page as well. So if you click into where you're writing the name of your project, you will find a dedicated notes page for that project, which you can duplicate over and over for notes. For some things, you're going to need lots of notes pages if it's a particular task or project, or maybe something you're doing around the home, like remodeling, or redecorating a particular space, and you need lots of notes there. And of course, the tick section, the most satisfying part of completing a project. Again, you've got 3 different lists here, so you can just go through them, fill this one up, and then start doing the other ones, or you can rebrand them and change the name if you have different types of project there. Next, we're going to go into goals. And if you're looking to get the most out of this planner, goals aren't necessarily for everyone if they just want to use it as a daily planner. But if you're looking to get the most out of it, I'd encourage people to use this goal section. Quite simple, but very effective. And I'm not going to go massively into it because I've got a dedicated tutorial for those who want to go for this template. But you can work your way through the tutorial, which helps you set a vision, create your goals, and use the planner to its maximum potential, essentially, to actually get the things done. Lots of people set goals and they don't really do much about it, but it's really helpful having it all in one place right next to your planner. Encourages you to get it done. Well, I find that anyway. So there's a step-by-step tutorial there, which I'll leave people to go through on their own. Then you have your goals overview, where you can write your vision statement, your goals, and then of course you can jump into each goal and add a bit more detail, such as the why, what success looks like, and how you will go about achieving it. Again, you can fill in whatever sections you feel applicable to you. Perhaps you just want to keep it simple, but it's all there if you need it. Lastly, we're going to go to the notebook page. I'm really happy with this one because I think a lot of people liked the additional notebook add-on in my previous organizers, but they said they maybe wanted a bit of extra space for notes. Well, you essentially, well, this is a basic lines notes index for those who haven't used one before, and you can click any of the numbers along the side, add your topic and date in there, and it'll jump you into a lined page. You have one single lined page, but all you need to do is jump into the this icon here, and you can duplicate that lined page over and over again. So for that index, you can have 1 pages, 5 pages, 10 pages on that particular entry, as many as you'd like. Just simply duplicate this page, and it doesn't affect the hyperlinks, which is great, but there was some feedback that it's great you can have as many lined pages you want within each index, but they actually wanted a few more entries. So what I've gone and done now is expanded the notebook, where you do have 20 lined notes pages. You've got a separate dedicated tab here for 20 blank pages for those who may be not necessarily needing a lined page and want an open space to jot their ideas or thoughts or plans. And you also have an A to Z notebook included at the back. So you'll have an additional set of tabs here appear here right next to your other tabs, and they're all clickable and quite easy to press. So I'm going to jump into B notes. So you simply press on it and then it comes up there at the top. So you may use this as an address book, a client log, anything from that to even a password tracker, or if you play different games or read different books and you need to track different notes for different characters, this is completely flexible. Use it however you want. But you just click the letter of the alphabet and it takes you to that dedicated page. And again, you can duplicate it and have more O notes or more J notes there. So this is going to be very helpful for a lot of people, in addition to the blank and lined notebooks, all included with your planner, your to-do list, and your goal setting system. And I touched on it briefly at the start, but again, you'll probably notice as I've gone throughout that there is color coding. So everything to do with your yellow is to do with your to-do lists. You'll notice a lot of the green things are to do with your actual plans and putting actions into place, as you can see here. And then red is often to do with your goals and your long-term vision and what you're hoping to achieve. So whilst colours is nice on the reMarkable Paper Pro, this planner actually makes use of it in your daily planning and your daily effectiveness. So that is an overview of the 2025 Organiser. If there's anything I've missed or you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. What I'm going to do now is go over some quick frequently asked questions. I've called it an FAQ, but it's not been released yet, but there's some questions that I know people will ask. And so one of those is, oh, I don't have the Paper Pro, I've just got the reMarkable 2. Will it work on the reMarkable 2? I like the system. I've got questions like that before. The simple answer is yes, it will work. So apologies, the lighting's not going to be great here. Actually, let me just turn this on momentarily. Apologies, you're going to get a bit of a shadow. But I'll just move it across here so you can see it a little bit, and then I'll go back onto the Paper Pro. But you can see here that it actually works just fine. You've got the same pages where you've got your hyperlinks and your planner. And what I would actually say is, because it's not rendering color, it might even be slightly quicker on the Paper Pro. Everything works just the same. You just don't have the colors on the reMarkable 2 and reMarkable 1, but you can still see the differentiation between the tabs. So there still is a little bit of an effectiveness there, but again, you won't have the colors, but everything else is completely usable. The side tabs work a treat. There's your to-do list, there's your plans. Let's go to 20th of September. Everything works just fine on the reMarkable 2, but you don't have the added colors to help your organization. Other questions that I know people will ask is, I know in some parts of the world they have different starts to the week. So they might have a Sunday week start. Let me get my lights sorted. I don't currently have a Sunday start version, but please do let me know if that's something you're interested in. These do take a long time to put together, but if their appetite is there, then let me know. Equally, if there is appetite for a version where perhaps the tabs are on the other side. I mean, I guess this is thinking about my left-handed friends, which my wife is included in that. So I know sometimes it's a bit of a struggle for those who are left-handed. What I will say is this is completely usable for left-handers, but if the toolbar is switched from this side to this side, all the links still work fine, but all you need to do is, if you like to leave the tool menu open, you just need to close it to use these side tabs. I tend to navigate my way around PDFs with it closed because I just like the way it looks. So if that's the case and you're left-handed, then it's not going to be any sort of difference at all. But if you do like to have the tool menu open, you just need to close it if you want to use these right tabs, but everything else works just fine. Now, did I have any other thoughts in terms of frequently asked questions? I don't think so. If there's anything else that people wanted to ask, then please add them in the comments there. And I just want to close sort of with saying that, well, there's a bit of a spoiler there. I don't think I mentioned it, but I've included a bit of a prelude to this organizer because it's something that I have sort of been working up to over the months of producing templates, and I really feel like this is all my best work culminated into one. So I really hope people find it as effective as I have, as I've used this system in 2024, but actually made it into a complete planner now. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for listening and humouring me for 21 minutes, and all the best. Thank you.